All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. My name's Tim Erway. Welcome to this special edition of the Daily Dose of Awesome, which we will be doing this week. It is interviews with magnetic masters. So my first interview today, actually my only interview today, is a very special guest, somebody who is one of our earlier students, and I'm really excited to bring her on. Before we do, if you're not already aware, we are releasing, or re-releasing, I should say, magnetic sponsoring. It is the playbook that absolutely changed the industry. It created an entire brand new niche called Attraction Marketing. If you haven't heard of it, if you want to get on the waiting list, that does go live in less than 24 hours, if you can believe it. You can go to magneticsponsoring.com, and that will go ahead and get you on the waiting list. Can't believe it's going to kick off here in 23 hours, actually 22 hours and 59 minutes, which is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my special guest today. I'm really excited to bring her on. She has a great story for you. So if you've ever wondered, how do I take attraction marketing and actually put it in place and start getting results, start getting traction quickly? Well, this is the case study you're going to want to see today. Before I go ahead and introduce her, though, one more thing I want to do. If you are hearing me loud and clear, if you are excited about magnetic sponsoring, put a heck yeah in the comments. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my special guest. Welcome, Kate McShea. Can you everyone see her beautiful face, hopefully?
I hope so.
Welcome.
Hi, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing great. Glad to have you on.
Yes, I'm so pumped to be here. Oh, look at this. This is so fun. Guys, we're dual streaming, by the way, right now. So it's like people on my page, people on Elite Marketing Pros page over here. Soon to be attractionmarketing.com, which is awesome. And I love seeing everybody all flying in. Heck yeah. Hello. Hi.
Right on.
Oh, this is so much fun, Tim.
Yeah, this is great. I've never done a dual stream. This is my first time. Actually, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, everybody.
Yay.
I'm a rookie at this Facebook Live thing, so I hope I don't really botch it up. But here's the good news is I don't have to do much talking because I get to introduce Kate, ask her some questions, and she's going to do the most of the talking. You're going to get much more value from her anyway. So Kate, tell us how you stumbled into this whole attraction marketing industry.
Oh, wow. Holy cow. Well, my story's pretty wild, as I'm sure many of yours are as well, too. For any of you guys that are tuning in here, what's going on, everybody? Good to see you guys. It's so cool to watch everybody flying in. Make sure you interact with us here and join in on the conversation. It's going to be a fun one. So a little bit about how I got started in this attraction marketing space. Well, mine was a little bit different than maybe most people's. Most people are seeking out a way to build their business. Most people are seeking out a way to attract more customers, attract more reps, create a powerful team. And mine was not that. Mine was, I'm looking for a way to support my husband with this, side hustle thing that he was doing, this side hustle business, a business that a lot of people like you guys were looking to grow, right? We started out in network marketing. But for me, I really started out in this space as someone who was very uneducated and uninformed on a home business in general. I was somebody who at that time, I was still a full-time second grade teacher. And in my mind, I'm that kind of person that I like to think big, like long-term of where I'm going to be and what I want to do and how I want to grow. And the way that I saw myself growing was teaching second grade in the same classroom for the rest of my life, have a bunch of babies, be super happy, super married, and just love life, right? And help people that way and help kids that way and help people grow that way. And then it's kind of wild how life can flip you upside down. And so I got introduced into attraction marketing literally the first time I was ever exposed to an event. I went with my husband, Andrew McShea, who's absolutely awesome. I hope he's watching here. Props and kisses to you, honey. Mwah.
Me too.
Yeah. Everybody make sure you give him kisses. Mwah. Because honestly, If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. And that's huge. And it means so much to me because he took a leap of faith asking me if I wanted to go to a live event in Las Vegas, because I was at a crossroads in my life. I had this thought in my mind, I want to be a teacher forever, same classroom. And then lo and behold, we're going to be moving across the country. So that was not going to happen. So I had to think, and I had to think fast about what I wanted to do. And that's when he actually shared with me this little event called No Excuses at the time, where I actually was introduced to Tim Erway, Fernie Ceballos, and Matt Crystal, and a little book actually called Magnetic Sponsoring, which is pretty cool, and the Attraction Marketing Formula. Those two books were actually the first two books that I ever read as a spouse, by the way, that was not involved in a home business in the beginning. So that was my first introduction.
So I can't wait for your announcement, Kate, at the end of this live. It's going to be pretty cool. If you're just joining us right now, welcome. We're so glad to have you on board. We are talking about how Kate got her start in the industry, and she kind of fell into attraction marketing via her husband, the amazing Andrew McShea, which is awesome. How many of you were brought in by a spouse? I'm just curious on how many of you were dragged kicking and screaming into this industry by a spouse and said, you know what? This is actually kind of cool. I think I found my home.
Yes. It's kind of wild.
So tell us, share with us a little bit about your journey as you started to understand the difference between attraction marketing and the old school strategy of network marketing. Share with us some of your mistakes and the funny stories if you have any.
Oh, goodness. So it's interesting. As I just told you all, I was exposed first to magnetic sponsoring, to attraction marketing. But I don't know if any of you did this. I was exposed to it, and then I chose to go in the completely opposite direction and do the old school methods, offline and online, that were not very effective for me. And so I'll explain to you guys what I mean. So when I hopped in and I was actually made aware of what attraction marketing was, I was like, that's cool, but I want to sell my products. Like, that's where my mind was at, was like, oh, this all sounds really, really neat, but I need to like make money and I need to replace my teacher salary fast. And so I had what I call now a working desperate mentality. Like, that's just what I was doing. And so I was taking any and all information and thinking about how fast can I get people in front of my product or service. So when we moved, granted, we had literally just moved across the country. I left my teaching career, and it was June when I left, July when I started the business. And I was literally posting flyers. I was taping them up in the bathroom stalls so that, people would read it. They'd want to hear about, an opportunity, a meeting.
That's targeted advertising.
Yeah, I mean, they had a couple of minutes that they were going to be in there, right? So they might as well
audience.
They might as well have a look. Oh my gosh. I used to go to Barnes and Noble every day because number one, I needed to get out of the house. And number two, I just thought that if I slipped my books or my business cards that I spent hours and hours and hours creating, if I put those in books and people were going through and looking at self-development books for business, they would find my card and, they would call me and want to buy my stuff. So that was another method that I utilized. Totally, right?
You and I share that strategy. I tried that as well.
Yep.
That's
and
amazing.
I realized at one point that I had been slipping the same card in the same book. It was just, I was repeating the process because I was coachable. Someone recommended, hey, test it out, try it out. And so I was like, oh, I'll do it all day, every day.
Totally.
So there's 7 of Kate McShea cards in, this how to build your business.
The poor person who opens it up in the store with
cards all fall out from the same person. Oh yeah. Yep. That was me. And then I would try and strike up conversation. And granted, I know we're having fun here. I'm pretty lively. I'm excited today, especially about what we're going to be talking about in a little bit as well too. But I'm actually really, really shy. Naturally, I'm a very shy person, pretty introverted, like to keep to myself. And so I would be walking into Barnes and Noble with my hands and feet sweating because I knew I was going to be trying to strike up conversation with strangers, to start building relationships. Granted, I had moved across the country, didn't know anybody. So I'm starting from scratch. I'm starting a business from scratch. And it was just I was miserable. Let's just say I was miserable. I stuttered a lot when I was trying to talk to people, and, it actually repelled people more than it probably helped me create any friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
How many of you can relate to that, by the way? Approaching anyone and everyone, the 3-foot rule, the dreaded 3-foot rule. Some will, some won't. So what next, right? How many of you built with that strategy? Let us know in the comments. Awesome.
And I did the hey, you like coffee? So do I. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I was like,
hey, you look like a sharp person.
Yeah.
I love your blouse. That's amazing.
And here's the deal. There are people out there that networking is something that they enjoy doing, like striking up conversations like that. And a lot of people who have been highly, highly successful doing it. Mm-hmm. So the thing is it works. What I realized is that for me, it was not authentic to me. It was something that just didn't feel natural to me. I had a really, really difficult time doing it. And so it was something that I struggled with for a while. So here's the crazy part. What I resorted to was to post flyers, like I said, on bathroom stalls and drop cards, because I thought that would be a way that it would I would pique somebody's curiosity, versus me being okay with just being who I am and having just a regular, natural conversation. I actually went to I'll just throw cards at people and then hopefully they'll connect with me. That's ridiculous. I did the same thing on social media too, by the way.
Yes. And I want you to tell that story. So yeah, I know. You love telling that story. I laugh every time I hear it. So it's great. But the difference, and we'll talk about the difference more in a second, but attraction marketing seriously is very, very different, as Kate will talk about here in just a second. But I know you guys can relate to that one-on-one, manual intensive, approaching people, approaching strangers, trying to build rapport, getting their contact information to follow up with them, following up and scheduling a presentation or a meeting, hoping that they show. And then if they do show, presenting the plan, right? Then overcoming objections. And then hopefully if some people will join, if they ever make it to the meeting, go through all the rest of that. And then if they don't, you follow up, right? And that's very labor intensive, very manual intensive. And frankly, for me and for Kate, not a lot of fun. So does it work? Yes, especially if you are very effective at approaching people and building all these skill sets, the skill of approaching, the skill of building rapport, the skill of collecting contact information, of making the call and booking the presentation. Each one of those steps takes skills. And if you don't get really, really effective and really good at developing those skills, frankly, for me, I think Linda said it, she would get a stomach ache when she had to talk to people. I would literally, my palms would sweat. I'd be shaky. My voice would crack. It was so awkward for me. So I never really got good at that, believe it or not. Neither did Kate. So Kate, that clearly worked really well offline. You're like, well, if it works this great offline, because how many prospects did you get by posting on the bathrooms and cards?
I got one.
You got one.
Very questionable man. And I don't know if he came from business cards. Obviously, I was only posting bathroom stall links in women's bathroom, but
women's we won't go there.
No.
Go there. But I do have a question for you.
Yes.
So since it worked so great offline, so tell us how you took that amazing strategy and brought it online.
Oh my goodness. So, there are these moments where you just kind of think to yourself and you go, what were you doing? Knowing what you know now, everybody always asks, would you go back and do it again? And I would do it the same way. I really would, because there's actually some really cool things that have come from everything that I did initially. But I took if it doesn't work offline, what if I do the same thing, but I just do it online? Then I don't have to shake hands with people. I can start conversation, but it'll just be something that'll be, online instead. So I'm hearing an echo now.
Oh, are you? I did that when we first started talking. I heard an echo too, but no one else hears it. So you're good.
Okay. So I'm all good. Yep. All right. Now it seems like it's fine. So guys and gals, this is the interesting thing. How many of you have ever had that moment well, it didn't work here. Let me try it here. And let me try it in this avenue. So I did that. And I did it because I went, well, maybe I'm just not talking to the right people. So I'll go on social media. Then I won't have to get all dressed up. Then I can go prospect people via social media. But then I also was given a recommendation to post my business opportunity link, right? Like all over social media, specifically on top influencers, like people who had already like put through the blood, sweat, and tears to grind and grow an exceptional business. And I was recommended like, hey, post your business opportunity link on their page. Maybe you'll get some of the eyes that are on their page on you. It's like the same thing, dropping a card in a book, right? So I went, oh, maybe this will work. So I did that. And here's one thing that I will say. I am a very coachable person. And so if someone recommends something that, you know, I see and value as someone that may know what they're talking about, I'm going to do it. And so, but I tend to do things to extremes and I go big or go home. And so I was posting my business opportunity link on influencers pages, right? Like people who are already successful in the home-based business space 3 to 5 times a day. And not like 3 to 5 times a day on each person's page. So imagine that. Imagine you taking your business opportunity link, like ground floor opportunity, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be so awesome. You're going to want to join me. And doing that, like I had alerts of when I needed to post and where I needed to post. I actually was still blocked on somebody's fan page who I'm actually very good friends with now. And I was still blocked like this year. And so I reached out and I was like, I think that's because.
I think we've gotten past this.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I know. Hopefully we've gotten past this. I mean, I've gone to your house for dinner before, vice versa. Shoot. But I would do the same thing in Messenger. And it was actually, and I am very, very grateful. So most people blocked me, right? Most people unfriended me. I had a lot of friends who were like, calling me, asking if I was just going to go back to teaching at this time. It was actually a really difficult time for me because I was really, really frustrated because I wanted to make this work. I had literally hopped into this business with no plan B. And the last thing I wanted to do was go back to my family and basically let them know, hey, all the things that you guys feared about me hopping into this with no business experience, nothing, well, you were right. And so it came to a point of where there was a day I was like messaging a ton of people, and in my mind, it was to build relationships, but really it was so that I could like say hello to someone and then send them my opportunity link. So again, working desperate, right?
Yeah. How many of you can relate to that, by the way? How many of you had that point in your business where you're like, holy crap, is this really what I have to do to build this business? And, you know, why isn't this working? You know, have you guys hit that wall before where you're just like, what do I have to do? I've done everything I've been told to do. I'm putting my products and my opportunity in front of as many eyeballs as I can, but it's just not working. So, and this is obviously going to be pre-attraction marketing.
Yeah.
Right? So tell us the difference, Kate.
Yeah.
And I know, again, real quick before we do that, I want to let you guys know we're talking today about something specific. We're doing this special series of Daily Dose of Awesome to kind of tee off our re-release of the expanded edition of magneticsponsoring.com, or magnetic sponsoring rather. So if you want to go ahead and get on the pre-registration, the early notification list, go to magneticsponsoring.com or click on the link if you want inside the comments, or maybe it's in their description. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It will be after this live if it's not. But definitely get on that early bird notification list. You're going to want to get this book. By the way, it's free. You just pay for shipping, and you're going to get some cool bonuses as well. So even if you're a former magnetic sponsoring customer, you're going to want to get this new edition. Go ahead and pay that crazy shipping cost. It's very, very expensive. And depending on where you live, it might be a little bit expensive. I don't know. But here in the States, Canada, probably Europe, it's not going to be too bad. And it's definitely worth it. Even the expanded version, the bonus package that you're going to get in addition to the book makes it absolutely worth it. So if you want to go ahead and get on the early bird notification list, get the bonuses that we're doing for the special release, go to magneticsponsoring.com, reserve your spot, and make sure that you're the first to be notified when the card opens tomorrow. In 22 hours and 41 minutes. I hope I did the math right. I did it in my head. Not great at it. Anyway, so Kate, what changed for you? You were kind of beating your head up against the wall. You tried stuff offline that didn't work for you. You took that same stuff, tried it online. It didn't work for you. Wow. What did you do differently? And by the way, a lot of people are responding, yes. Yeah, hitting a wall, needed to stop. Here's Gabby. And yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people can,
me too, Gabby.
Can totally relate. I'm just putting some comments I'm selecting up here. So awesome. I love this little StreamYard thing.
Isn't it great? It's my favorite. Yes.
Olive, can it relate? Awesome. And don't know what this means. Oh, okay. Yep.
Am I going to have to do this forever? Right. Is this what it really takes to run a business? Like, am I going to actually be able to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
totally.
my sister's on here as well. And she put the link up there.
Hey, Erin.
You can just click on that, hopefully. Anyway, okay. So Kate, what changed for you? How did things turn around for you?
So there were two things that turned around for me. Number one was what I realized, and I don't know if you guys have ever realized this before, is like I was running this business like I knew how to run this business. And so what I mean by that is that I was taking my own advice, being a person that had never successfully run a business before. Like all of the things that I was doing, there may have been some things that were recommended by people, but really, if I think about it, I was coming from a place of like, I know what I'm doing and it's got to work here. It's got to work there. And that changed when I actually had somebody private message me. She's a 7-figure earner in the home-based business space. And she said, please stop spamming your links on my page. Like that's all she had to say to me for me to create this like awareness of, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And how seriously do I want to actually take this business? If I think back to it, like when I became a teacher, I got my bachelor's degree. I had to go through a ton of hours of serving in schools, a bunch of different things, got my master's degree for it as well too. What was I thinking when I thought I left my teaching career in June, started up the business, and I thought I would be able to all of a sudden like flip of a switch, make something work. So I changed the way that I was thinking from this is an investment in myself, because I don't know about you guys, and I want you to comment in. I'm in this for the long haul. This is not I wasn't hopping in to like dip my toe in to see what works. When I do something, I do it big and I make a full-on commitment. And so I started to go back and reevaluate, all right, if I want to actually do this successfully, who do I need to learn from in order to actually make myself become successful with the tools that I need? And that's actually when I really came across you guys, which is kind of cool. That's when Andrew and I came across you, Tim, and Fernie, and Matt, and Magnetic Sponsoring and Elite Marketing Pro, which is pretty neat. And so we invested in mentorship. And I would say from the attraction marketing side of it, for all of you that are out there and listening, one thing I want to know really quick, because we'll talk about the mentoring side of things, some really cool things that have happened since, but I want to talk about the attraction marketing side, because I will share with you, there was one critical moment for me that changed everything. And then our business took off. The investment in mentorship and education was the first thing. And the second thing was when I started providing value, right? When I started providing value first and training, and I actually realized this. So when I was dropping business cards, when I was connecting with people, when I was connecting with people online or offline, I had this thought in my mind that I needed to be a specific person I wasn't authentically to me. Like I had, like if you all picture this, I had like this suit, right? It was like professional Kate. That's the way I thought about it. Like professional business sales Kate. She's in a button-down suit. Her hair's all slick pulled back, and she knows everything she needs to say to close a sale. Well, the crazy part about that is what I realized after going back and reading more about attraction marketing, I realized that I wasn't authentically being me. And so I remember the day that there was a specific video I recorded, and I made a commitment to myself. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to have people follow along with me throughout the journey with value and information that I can provide that directly aligns with the products and services that I sell and what I'm doing. So then I can get people to connect with me, comment with me, because I'm going to provide value first. And the most important part though, because a lot of people will still do that, you'll provide value, but you're being somebody else, then you're 100% full, true, authentic self. So when I combined those two together of like, hey, I'm going to be the messenger and I'm going to provide value and I'm going to actually get super curious about what all this is and what I'm learning and, you know, how other people can watch me learn more and become more and do more inside of this business. And I became me, which is kind of like, you know, like shy, sometimes embarrassed, don't know what to say, like stutter a little bit, like fiddle around with my words. But when I allowed myself to be myself and I realized that like, I don't have to be the person in the suit. I don't have to know everything to say. All I have to know is that I need to be able to find a way to provide value to others that they find valuable, that then get them to go, you know what? I like this Kate gal. And that's when things really, really changed for me.
Such gold. Thank you so much for sharing. And by the way, please, in the comment section, share your biggest takeaways so far from what Kate has just revealed for you, because both of these things are huge for me. And I'm not going to say what they are. I want to hear it from you. But real quick, Fernie had a great idea. And so he's volunteering time, which is amazing. I love volunteering people's time without asking for permission first. It's my favorite thing to do, which is exactly what we're doing with Kate. So congratulations, Kate. You get a 20-minute call with somebody. I think you're gonna have fun with it. So here's what you have to do. Just go ahead and share this live with on your page or on your profile, and or with somebody you know, and just let us know you shared it. And Fernie will go ahead and pick a winner at the very end, which is kind of cool. And of course, if you haven't already noticed, if you just are joining us, we are doing a special series of Daily Dose of Awesome. They're going to go a little bit longer than they have in the past. And the reason being is we're teeing up, re-releasing a new and expanded edition of the book that started it all, that created this industry. It's called Magnetic Sponsoring. You can go check it out at magneticsponsoring.com. Get yourself on that early bird notification list so that you can lock your bonuses in. It's a free product. You just pay for shipping. And then you get a nice little bonus package along with that as well. Even if you're a previous owner of Magnetic Sponsoring, you're going to want to get this new one just for the bonuses because they're amazing. So Kate, we're getting close to kind of doing the big reveal of your big announcement here in just a second. Before we do, so bring us up to current day. So what have you been able to accomplish once you got that of adding value, of being your authentic self, of sharing value first? What changed the game for you, and how did you get to where you are today, having earned multiple 7 figures in your company?
Yeah. So what changed is that, like, exactly that. I allowed myself. This is actually a huge one for all of you to pick up. I allowed myself to be myself while I was a student, while I was learning, while I was documenting the journey. And more important than anything, and I remember Mike talking about this, as I remember reading it in the library one day. I like read it from, well, it wasn't cover to cover at that time. It was printer paper to printer paper at that time. And I read it and I realized that as long as I'm serving others, the commissions will flow. The paychecks will flow. My family will be taken care of, right? Like it will always come back. And so when I took my behaviors and I took what I was doing and I went, I'm going to provide value first. I'm going to serve my people first. What ended up happening from there, and in alignment with getting mentorship with these guys, our business went from scratch, like 0 to 6 figures in less than 11 months. We ended up being the top 2 affiliates inside of 2 affiliate companies. The other cool part was that I remember actually then putting in a little promotion. We had a promotion with my network marketing company at the time, and it was whoever enrolled the most reps in this time period got invited to like a special training with Larry Thompson in Texas. And I ended up placing in the top 10, which was ridiculous at that time, because before that I hadn't had like any success or anything when it came to like enrolling and recruiting anybody in. And now have gone on to grow our multiple 7-figure educational company. And here's the part though that I love the most, is that we've helped other people become 6-figure producers, multiple 6-figure producers, and run 7-figure businesses. So the part about attraction marketing to me is what it does to create a ripple effect for more impact and making, honestly, this world a better place. And that's the stuff that I love, and gets me like, it gets me emotional, because there's so much potential for good in this world. And when we utilize a strategy like this, and when we teach what we do to for others, it is amazing. Like, we don't even know the impact that we're having, because you'll never possibly be able to connect with every single person that you've touched by providing the value that you have at your fingertips with utilizing this method. So, I mean, I have been truly, truly blessed, my husband, Andrew, and I, to be able to have the success that we've had already. Done lots of trips, vacations, to Europe, like all these cool things, get a chance to, even expand our friendships. Like, I mean, the people that we hang out with now help elevate me all the time. And it's just like, man, if you were to ask me back in 2012, if I ever thought I would be here, I don't even know how I would respond. I would be like, what are you talking about? As I'm slipping my business cards in the book.
Awesome. I love it. So Kate,
yeah,
you have some pretty big news, don't you?
Oh goodness. Yes.
I am excited about this. So Kate's been on quite a journey with us, and it's just so cool because we share a lot of the same values. We share a lot of the same results and goals, and really our passion for serving this industry, for bringing up entrepreneurs, because we both understand that change does not come from politicians. It doesn't come from people who legislate. It comes from entrepreneurship. It comes from commerce. And so we're very, very passionate about helping bring these skills of attraction marketing that really can apply to any type of business, but especially in this industry where we can help people lead with value, brand themselves, become a known expert authority. And really, while you're becoming that known authority, just being the tour guide, being somebody to introduce new ideas that actually work earlier, rather than spending years banging your head up against the wall trying strategies that don't work until you've done enough one-on-ones. But this is really an amazing, amazing opportunity that just came across our desk, about 6 months ago, 7 months ago?
Yep.
And so you brought it up to us at No Excuses, and here we are today about to make this amazing announcement. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm like, ooh, I'm shaky. I told Tim, I'm like, I didn't sleep very good last night in a good way. It was like nervous, good nerves. So you guys all set and ready to hear about what's going on? Let's see. This is great. Awesome. All right, cool. I'm going to spill the beans. And here's the neat part. We're dual streaming. So it's kind of cool because the announcement's going to come out together, which is exciting.
Exactly. We're notifying our community, your community, and all at the same time. So should we keep building up anticipation, or do you want to just tell them?
Let's just tell them.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I wrote a question in my journal about 6 months ago. This is a great one for you guys as well, too. Wouldn't it be cool if blank? All right. And this was during a time where I was like, all right, what do I want from a bigger picture? Like Tim and I were talking about, bigger impact. What gets me fired up when it comes to business, and also specifically what I know I'm good at and effective at to help impact more people. And the cool thing is when I put in my journal, it was like, wouldn't it be cool if blank? And it was, wouldn't it be cool if I found a way to be able to merge in my personal brand and what I do really effectively with somebody else that I am like completely 100% aligned with. And for me, when I put that in my journal, it was an absolute no-brainer, and actually pretty nervous to approach Tim about it. But it was kind of cool. Andrew said after No Excuses, he was like, your heart and your love for that community, because I've obviously been involved in this community for quite some time, have been mentored by these guys for quite some time. And we had joked around every once in a while, like, wouldn't it be cool if we just joined forces and just, really, really impacted the world? So I hit up Tim, and I said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if blank? And it's basically, wouldn't it be cool if I merged in my brand with Elite Marketing Pro, soon to be attractionmarketing.com, which I am so excited about. And we started having the discussion and the talk about it. So it's official. I'm going to be merging in the Kate McShea brand in with Tim Erway, Matt Crystal, and Fernie Ceballos. And we are going to be doing some really, really cool stuff. TJ, what else do you want to say about it?
I am so excited about this. So we officially welcomed, we've been actually chomping at the bit to tell you guys, but we couldn't make the announcement before we told certain individuals first and made some logistical changes and arrangements. This is a big deal. So we are getting a tremendous, amazing, fantastic asset added to our team. And the asset I'm referring to is not just Kate's community, which you guys are amazing. Love you guys, but we're getting Kate. And that's just so cool because she's such the perfect can't even talk, student that has become a professional and expert and master at these skills and strategies. Not only that, but she's super passionate about helping people. So we're honored, we're privileged, we're proud, and we're very, very happy to have Kate on board with us. So welcome aboard officially to the attractionmarketing.com team.
Oh my gosh.
That's so the announcement,
guys.
So what do you guys think about that? Are you guys excited about that? I know you probably have some questions about how that's all going to work. Don't worry, that is to follow soon. Kate will be communicating with you guys in the Kate McShea community on how that impacts you and what the future looks like. But we wanted to make this official announcement live here with you on this Facebook Live. So glad you guys could join us for this. This is amazing. Kate, what else do you have to say? What are you looking forward to?
Well, here's what I'll say, and this is kind of cool, and because obviously my team knows, and our customers and community know. They've been made aware. And if you guys have any questions from my side, there's more emails coming for you, and if you need to, just let us know. Like, connect with us. That's totally fine. But the way that I thought of how, and like, hey, when things are meant to be, they line up to be just perfect. And so it was so cool because we had started having a discussion about this. Like, it would be cool. Could it work? Like, how might we find a way to make this win? And then the magnetic sponsoring launch was coming out. And for me, it's full circle, right? It literally comes back to how I first got indoctrinated into this space as a spouse, then the growth through the struggle because of my stubborn self, and then actually investing in this mentorship and going through with these guys who are incredible mentors and leaders, and then just seeing what they've done in the time that I've been a student of theirs, and our abilities to be able to share our insights with each other that have both helped contribute in the background for both companies growing. That it's like, for me, I'm in this game of life for impact. So for me, it's like, and I don't know if some of you can agree with this, from a personal branding side of things, I don't have to be all by myself. That's something that, and Tim and I have actually talked about this before. I actually love being able to help other people elevate themselves and rise up. And when the center of attention is not on me, that's what I love. And I love being able to help and impact something that I see as being a critical game changer, a critical need inside of the space that we're in. And so for me, it's not about my face. It's not about that Kate McShea piece. It's about, how do I help impact and elevate something that I know is going to cause massive change for a ton of people. So for me, that's the stuff where it's it gets me very, very grateful from a place of our ability to be able to come back full circle to impact more people, is just, gosh, this is only the beginning, and it's going to be a absolutely awesome ride. So I couldn't be more excited to serve you guys. That's what I love doing. And I can't wait to see what we all do together. It's going to be really, really awesome.
That's awesome news. Thank you so much. I'm excited, guys. I know you are as well. And we are coming to the end of our Daily Dose of Awesome. Before we go ahead and wrap things up, I want to just share with you guys who won the call with Kate.
Yay, Shirley!
With Shirley. So congratulations, Shirley, for winning the call with Kate. Thank you so much for those of you that shared. We really appreciate you for sharing this. We know, and I know you know, that attraction marketing works, and it's going to help a lot of people. So the more we can get this message out, the more people we can help, the better for everyone, the better for this industry, because we lead with value, we show people how to get results, and we prove that this works by showing people how to actually do it. Very, very different approach than traditional network marketing. So we're very, very happy that you guys are sharing that and you understand this. And if you want to go ahead and get yourself on the early notification list. Go visit magneticsponsoring.com. It launches in, let me see if I do the math in my head really quick. It launches in oh man, I messed it up already. 22 hours and 21 minutes, I believe. 21 minutes, 22 hours, 21 minutes. Go ahead and get on that early bird notification list. You're going to get some amazing bonuses if you're one of the first to go ahead and lock in your free copy of the new and revised and expanded edition of Magnetic Sponsoring. And we will make that announcement to those that sign up for this list as soon as we go live tomorrow. So with that said, I want to go ahead and say thank you to all of you who joined us, all of your amazing comments and engagement. It's super, super sweet of you guys to be here with us and to be here for this amazing announcement that we had at the end. We're all looking forward to welcoming Kate into our community and embracing her. So give her a big virtual hug, give her a big high five, fist bump, whatever works for you. And thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next Daily Dose of Awesome. Talk soon.
Bye, guys.